Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube presentation for today. Happy Saturday. It's June 21, 2025. So, time flew by, isn't it? Anyhow, I am Chessa Del Rosario, and I am currently fulfilling a role of happiness, lifestyle nurse entrepreneur. There you go. And in this capacity or in this role, I lead webinars. I lead talk shows where I'm able to provide telehealth, happiness, and wealth services and supporting new entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, nurses, healthcare professionals beat burnout and learn the true value of self-care, how to beat this stress that actually leads to burnout, and what are effective healing modalities that you can use in overcoming these problems, basically. So I'd love to start with that. Okay, but let me begin this YouTube by sharing with you a personal story of mine. And actually, interestingly, the one that I've recorded prior to this one, as an entrepreneur, things could happen in technology. And I actually, even living in uncertainty right now, I don't know if there would be a sound right now, but earlier there wasn't sound for some reason. It wasn't recorded, but when I did it in Zoom app, it was working. My mic was working. But anyhow, I do pray that this time you could hear my voice. We'll see. This is me embracing the uncertainty. All right. And experiencing miracles. And let's go. And this will be more a simplified version because I felt like earlier, interestingly, it was muted and it was longer. And this will be more a simplified version because it felt like it was a practice. And this is the real one. Okay. So here we go. Let's do it. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay. Well, there was a time in my life when I was doing all the right things. I was climbing the ladder, achieving awards, have a great pay rate at that time in all of my fulfilling careers that I've explored, and checking all the boxes: school, universities, career, stability. And from the outside, everything looks successful. But inside, there was a pivotal moment when I felt spiritually dry, emotionally drained, and disconnected from who I truly was. I realized I had spent years trying to meet expectations that weren't even mine, expectations from society, family, teachers, mentors, and even myself that were rooted in fear, doubt, and worry, and not in faith. I was busy, 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 but not fulfilled. And that's when I knew I needed to reprioritize my life, and it had to start by putting God first, not last. Here's teaching point number one: God must be the center, not a side note. In Romans chapter 12, verse 2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, which I shifted to his great, pleasing, and perfect will. Here's a simple definition. To renew your mind means to change your way of thinking so it aligns with God's truth, not the world's noise. Here's a practical example. Instead of asking, what do people expect of me? Start your day asking, God, what do you desire from me today? What would you love me to do today? How can I be the best version of me today? And this small shifts invites peace, passion, clarity, purpose, and freedom. Breathe in and breathe out. Teaching point number 2, don't let the world define you. God already did. Simple definition. Societal expectations are ideas imposed by cultures about who we should be. But God's design for us is deeply personal and divine. Here's a practical example. You may feel pressure to stay in a toxic job, relationship, or familiar lifestyle that just because and you're still living it year after year because it's what people expect of you. It becomes a normal for you. It's familiar, and you settle. But if you feel your spirit resisting and your soul waking up restless, listen to that. It may be the Holy Spirit and your awakened soul actually guiding you to step into divine alignment with your higher calling. Here's my encouragement. You're not being rebellious, you're being obedient to God. Breathe in and breathe out. Teaching point number 3, trust your highest self. It's where God speaks. In simple definition, your highest self is your spirit aligned self connected to God, aka also known as higher power, infinite intelligence, divine love, and whoever or whatever term you call God is. And it's guided by his wisdom, not fear or ego. And it's typically intuitive, meaning you could hear it like still small voice that keeps whispering like a gentle nudge. And it's not chaotic. It's peaceful actually, because if it's chaotic, then that's not the path, right? Here's practical example. Oh, hold on. My let's see here. Practical example. Say you feel drawn to write a book or start an online business, create your first course, start even a ministry, or change careers, explore new hobbies, so that you could actually expand your reach in helping others in accordance to God's will. And you might actually feel unqualified, but that's the world's fear-based logic. Your highest self says God qualifies those he calls. Here's a spiritual practice tip. Spend 10 minutes in silence daily. Let your highest self rise above the noise and tune into God's whisper. Here's my conclusion. Here's a final story of trusting God over expectations. And by the way, this is also what my clients have experienced that I'd love to share with you. Know that you're not alone. There was a moment in time way back in May 2017 when I felt led to quit my bedside nursing job for about 8 years, point two actually, at Keck of USC. Actually, I'm so grateful for the experience. I came out as I feel like as the strongest nurse leader that I can be out of the hospital setting, and able to actually fulfill and become a strong nurse practitioner in a medical office right afterwards, and also a yoga instructor too. It was a well-paying job, stable career, paycheck to paycheck, feel secured, feel stable, supporting me pay bills, rent, car payments, housing in a condo complex, living a good life, right? Then at the same time, after about 10 years, staying in the same location, there was a calling for me to travel and then explore even love life, right? And and so I listened to all those callings, and even if there are things in life, and I'm sharing this with you because you can learn from this. Even if things in life didn't work out the way we wanted it to be, it's okay. Let it be okay. And do your best to just ask the question, what lesson I could learn from this? Learn to forgive yourself, other people's involved in the situations. You wish them well. You wish yourself well too. And you focus on, okay, what's next? What do I need to take care of in the present time, in the now moment, that can help me improve my life and actually guide me towards to my highest expression dream life? Is a call for an adventure. It is not easy. I'm telling you this already. It's challenging path because especially if you're a lone wolf like me who truly claim my unique personal freedom to listen to God and live my life the way I would love it to be, carve my own unique path. It is challenging yet very fulfilling, very freeing. And there's no regrets for me. In the beginning, as human, there is. It's part of being human because I could have done that or I should have done that. All the coulda, shoulda, right? Then it's important to raise your vibration and then stay positive, and then you shift your mindset to there's no more regrets, right? Everything has happened the way it is. Everything has a purpose. Everything happens for a reason. God is at work, and if didn't happen the way our human side would love it to be, trust that something greater is going to happen according to God. Because God wants the best for us. I believe that God's plan, God's will is the best at his timing for everybody. And that's complete surrendered, which I am. And I encourage you to surrender and let go of control and let God lead your life. It's actually more peaceful. I actually experience true rest period that I wasn't even used to resting because I'm constantly go, go, go. So my encouragement is to learn to rest and embrace peace. And you know what? When I make those decisions for myself, living a stable career, everyone, especially family of origin that I grew up with, thought I was crazy. How could I walk away from security? But the more I prayed, the clearer it became. God wasn't asking me to survive. He was calling me to thrive graciously, abundantly, happily, healthily, and wealthily. And I stepped out of faith. I took a quantum leap, followed his guidance, and began helping others heal, grow, and connect back to their God given purpose. And guess what? Every need was met, and then some. I trust that I'm provided for. All my needs are met instantaneously by infinite intelligence. And I receive supernatural support now in all areas of my life. And this is complete surrender. Breathe in and breathe out. Here's my final encouragement. You're not meant to conform, you're meant to transform. When you put God first, you don't lose yourself, you find yourself. So today, let this be a reminder. Don't let the world define you. Let God refine you, especially in the season of your solitude, of introspection, and honor that process. There is some season of doing, action mode, masculine energy, and there's a season of being, receiving, harvesting, in mostly in your feminine energy. And it's okay to harmonize both energies within us. And we are divine balance. We are sacred union. We are whole. We are worthy and complete to truly live our best life. Here's my call to action. If this message spoke to you, like and share this inspiring video that can help others be inspired as well. We create that positive ripple effect. So comment below if you have any questions or concerns, wisdom, insights regarding this video. Share your comments and let me ask you this question. What's one area in your life that you're surrendering back to God today? What area? And don't forget to subscribe for more faith-filled encouragement. From being a bedside nurse, having a stable career path, I've learned to explore different dimensions of me. I became multidimensional, have explored variety of path, and that's why versatility is my superpower. From being a yoga instructor, a singer, a life coach, an entrepreneur, a business owner, a singer, a runner, twin flame, even president of my nursing organization too. Um, what else? As a nurse practitioner, as a bedside nurse. The reason I share this because I shared with you what's possible for you as well. If it's possible for me to explore who I can become and be and truly achieve my highest potential and fulfill my highest calling, why I came here this lifetime and fulfill God's calling for this season. If it's possible for me to live this way, it's possible for you too. And I encourage you to truly claim your personal freedom now to live your best life. You deserve it, and it's time for you to own your power, take your power back, and create a life that you enjoy, feel passionate, and feel purposeful. And let me end this with a great prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Let's breathe out and inhale, and deep exhale out. Deep exhale out through your mouth. Namaste.